That much is enough. Say.
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. What does being asleep and being awake mean spiritually?
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. It's when you are sleeping, when you are spiritually sleeping, when you're not connecting to Allah and His Prophet. You're not connecting to your Shaykh. You're doing things by yourself. That means you're sleeping. You are awake and you are aware. That means you're aware that Allah is looking at you. You're aware Prophet ﷺ is there. You're aware of your Shaykh. You cannot be sleeping. You are awake. You understand? One is being in heedlessness. That is why heedless. Shaykh Efendi has been stressing that for all these years. Praying 5 times a day. You're making zikr. You're doing so much, but you are heedless. At that time, what? You are not aware of your Shaykh. You are not aware. So you become heedless, and your ego and shaitan can then kidnap you and detract you. Finish. Now we're coming to the subtlety of what tariqat is. You're praying, you're doing everything, but you are heedless at that time because you are not in connection to your Shaykh, or you decide to use your own opinion, or you're not thinking, you're not making tafakkur, or you're being stubborn for that split second, or you're being lazy for that split second. You are heedless, shaitan takes over, your ego takes over, you crash and you burn. You're driving a car for 40 years. 40 years you're driving a car. Can you ever sleep at the wheels? Try it. Can you say, I've been driving for 40 years and I don't have to pay attention to the road? In fact, so many people who have so much skills like this and they start challenging, so many swimmers, they have such good skills. So many people, they start challenging now, they fail. Don't challenge. And that one who has all that experience, he's going to become more aware. He's not going to become heedless. Because that split second that you are nodding off at your wheel, you may crash and you can burn. You cannot say that time, why am I being treated like this? Why that car is treating me like this? They're not giving me a break. We must be aware of the tricks and the traps of our ego. The tricks and the traps of the dunya. The tricks and the traps of our desires and of shaitan. And these tricks and traps come in very, very subtle and very hundreds and thousands of tricks and traps. We must be aware of that. We should not be sleeping. That time, if we are aware, we will have the vision of a believer. And the Holy Prophet ﷺ says, beware of the vision of a believer because he sees with the nur of Allah. That time, because you are aware, you will not be tricked. You will not be tricked by people. You will not be tricked by situations. You will not be tricked by local media. You will not be tricked by whisperings of shaitan. You will not be tricked by your ego. You will always know if you are aware. And once you become aware and you're trying to step on your ego, there's a time the himmat and the madat of your Shaykh comes through. Because his words and his sohbat must come to give you that boost to be able to do what you need to do, which is to be aware of the tricks and traps of shaitan and your ego and to stay away from them. You understand? Because now, all these things, it is not optional. It is not alternative teachings of Islam. Tariqat is not an alternative teaching of Islam. It attacks the very fundamental belief of Islam. It goes to the roots of the Islam. The root of Islam is what? La ilaha illallah. And tariqat is to teach you how to get rid of the ilahs that surrounds your heart. and to only have Allah. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullah.